So whatever this guy is trying to do over here is that it's coming from the A, and what's gonna actually happen is that, I mean, obviously it's gonna like ask for every single direction. So in a sense that you can call it like in a lot of ways that it's actually fundamentally whatever it's actually doing is just a lot of like brute force. Ask all every single directions, and eventually you go to the B. I mean, eventually what you actually want to actually achieve is the core objective is to hit this item. So it's gonna ask every single direction. It's gonna come to here, come to B, ask for every single directions, is the B, C, and sort of do the same thing. Come to C, come to E, and then come to D, and then there you have it. Whatever they say is that first and foremost is that they're gonna do a recursive, and they're gonna do a DFS coding, but they didn't really like specify on how they actually do it. But I have like a vivid memory on how we can actually do it. So I mean, for recursive, it's a lot to do with say that you have like a empty item, and then you can maybe say you can insert the D value over here, and fundamentally what you're actually trying to actually achieve here this was my idea when they say recursive. Like, this is the memory that I had so far. So I mean, what's actually happening is that in order to like have a D, I mean, you can just insert the D, and then you want to insert the E, you can either insert it because like you can either insert the start or the end, and obviously the end one is like the maybe say the wrong value, and this is the right value, and then we kind of like proceed, and now we are having like this E and D, and how do we actually get a C? We might insert here, we might insert here, we might insert here. And for some cases, like this sort of like recursion may be much more suitable under the category of like permutation for the most parts. And they are recursive for this. I think it's somewhat similar in this case, but it may be not in this manner, but I can imagine it to be somewhat to be maybe I think this will work on what they are trying to actually achieve, and is the recursive DFS. That's how they actually achieve. They go through every single pattern, and they find until the pattern that actually does achieve the core objective. And I mean, overall, it's to do a lot with going through every single possibility. And when you talk about like going through every single possibility, you're sort of like telling yourself to actually do a brute force item. And when you think of like brute force, you straight away can link yourself into backtracking. And under the backtracking, the category of saying brute force, that you go every single item, or you can even call yourself to be under the category of like maybe say recursive, although they haven't showed us how they actually do it. Or you can call yourself like a DFS. I feel like recursive and DFS is like the same item. They go hand in hand to actually work their way through. And I mean, for say the Leetcode, the rulebook, whatever they say, it's fundamentally a lot to do with they have like this sample answer, and they want you to find this sample answer. And I mean, one way for you to actually find this answer is you can choose to do a brute force way to actually force your way to get the answer in every single possibility for yourself to actually find it. I mean, for the most part is that the moment you talk about like brute force, there's not much for me to actually talk about or for me to actually discuss. But we come to hear that say that the character that we're introducing today is this backtracking, and obviously you can use the brute force to actually fight against your main character. But for this case, this backtracking, whatever it does, is fundamentally using brute force way. So that's how I actually gonna fight along with backtracking with using brute force. These are the spells that we've been casted so far. And obviously each Leetcode question has its own rulebook. And yep, with that everything comes to an end.